Hello everyone, I'm Roman, and today we'll be going over Deadlock. You can think of it as the brain freeze of programs. So what is Deadlock? Deadlock is a situation where two or more processes are unable to proceed because each is holding the same resource. This is typically caused by Coffman conditions, which we'll go over later. So how? Well, Deadlock is compared to the philosophical problem wherein a dinner table is set for 5 people, with only 5 chopsticks. Now, you need 2 chopsticks in order to eat, and there's no strategy in place prior to being seated. So, however the people seated try to solve it is what happens. And if 2 refuse to give up their chopsticks to another, then they end up starving. This contrasts with deadlock processes in a program, competing over resources without a course of action. Processes then stall in a circular pattern where they refuse to yield to one another. So what are these Coffman conditions? As you might have been able to piece together from the previous example, it requires mutual exclusion, where one person must hold the 2 proverbial chopsticks and the other must hold and wait. Now, when one holds and waits a resource under use and no progress is being made on their end, then, for example, one person's holding a chopstick, one person's holding a chopstick, no progress is made, but resources are being used. That's a hold and wait. And no preemption. Now, preemption sounds different than it's used in this context. In this context, in programming, you might see this word later on. To explain, it means recuperation of resources by the operating system. Without the ability to recuperate these resources and then later apply them again, we fail to stop the circular wait, which is when one process tries to run but doesn't have enough resources, and so does the other one in a pattern. I tried to explain that as smoothly as I could, but these conditions seem preventable. After all, they are simple. What challenges do modern systems face? So, the challenge of deadlock in a modern system is typically solved with resource ordering, or not at all. We give processes different spots in line and cycle through the load required for each task. Many times, for valid reasons, developers will forego resource ordering to speed up development time, not the actual runtime of their app. However, omitting resource ordering can destroy user experience processes. This is why certain applications fear deadlock and avoid it like the plague. For example, a video game UI needs to feel snappy in order to have a proper user experience. Now, the basic checklist for programmers. Hierarchy over anarchy. So, force your code to grab locks in a strict, consistent order. If everyone follows the same path, they'll never collide head on. Don't be a resource hoarder, which is as simple as it sounds. Make sure you let go of resources when other applications need it and you're not complete and have enough resources to do your job. Set a curfew. Use timeouts for every resource request. Now, reasonable and arbitrary, there's a blurred line with setting curfews, but ensuring that they're reasonable as best you can is significantly better than letting your application run till the end of time. Now, watch your loops. Use profiling tools, simple debugging. If you see a circle form, you just need to find your deadlock and shut it down. Programs stall for many reasons. Deadlocking is just one of them. It's not likely to be exposed in console, which is why I felt it would be a good idea to make a video about it. And awareness is all that's necessary to prevent that headache of not being able to figure out why your program stops. Now, as you may have noticed, there's other things like race conditions that are very similar. Sometimes, and a lot of times, they don't show up in console. And we'll be making a lot more content about how to spot these problems as well. That's a wrap. I hope you enjoyed the read, and there's more content on GeniusDocs.blog. If you want to write some content yourself, reach out to me at admin@GeniusDocs, or you can find our Discord soon, which will be in our channel page.